What's up, guys? How's it going? Glad to have you back here at the Crown One. And I came across this article actually a few days ago that I wanted to report on. But first, I just want to say I want to thank you guys for your support and checking out my content. So I see the views starting to increase a little. Now, I want to be honest, I don't do it for the views. However, I thank you and I do like your support. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the latest updates on the latest uploads. Let's check out this article. Now, you already see in the headlines, Star Wars Jedi 3 officially confirmed. That in itself deserves a round of applause because, as you guys know, this has already Star Wars Jedi Survivor just launched, and it was so awesome. I believe it came out last April, and I actually did some gameplay walkthrough. So a little shameless advertisement. You'll see it at the end of the video where I did that gameplay. Check it out and let me know what you guys think. But into the article, let's check it out here. So it says, following 2019 Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and its 2023 sequel, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a new and third game in the series, is officially in the works. The news doesn't come the way of developer Respawn Entertainment or publisher, but Cameron Monaghan, the actor behind Cal Kestis, the protagonist of the series. Unfortunately, this is the extent Monaghan had to say about the next installment in the series, which was always inevitable considering the success of the first two games. Now, if you haven't played the first two games, I would strongly encourage you to play them, or at least just check out some of the videos. If you're not into gameplay, just check out some of the uploads that I've done and also from other streamers, content creators. And it's just an all-around fun game. And it also gives you context of the story as Star Wars Jedi 3 is being developed and, presumably getting ready for launch. Now, I will say to Cal Kestis' is that right? Cal Kestis' development, it's been an interesting development because in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it starts 5 years after the rise of the Galactic Empire. And then Star Wars Jedi Survivor starts 5 years after that. So we're talking 10 years into the Galactic Empire's reign. And as you see at the beginning where there's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cal Kestis is just trying to find his way. He's just existing, and that's pretty much it. He watches Master get slain before his very eyes in the game, and then now he's just pretty much a junker during the rise of the Empire. And then you have the Inquisitorius, which was second sister and night sister that came and started, looking for Jedi that might have felt something in the Force or whatever, what have you, or somebody may have saw something, that whole thing, if you see something, say something. Who knows how it came about? And if I'm incorrect in that, maybe it's in gameplay as to how the Inquisitorius came to discover a possible Jedi there. Please let me know in the comment section. But yes, moving forward, Cal Kestis' progression is very relatable because he's just trying, like I say, he's trying to find his way. He starts coming across people that help him develop his character. So you see an interesting character arc where someone who never intended on being another master, which is Cere Junda, ends up becoming his master, so to speak. Because again, we're talking about the Fallen Order. The Order is all been but dissolved. All there are just remaining Jedis from the previous Order. During his development, you see, fast forward to Jedi Survivor, you see he's a lot more developed. Still has some rough edges that he has to work out. He becomes a little bullish in the respect that he almost senses a certain anger, and he's ready to take on whatever challenge he's faced with. But that actually can be kind of a flaw sometimes. And I know I'm getting to whole psychology and stuff like that, because you kind of want to sit back and let it play out, assess and learn. And it isn't saying that Cal Kestis is not doing that, but he starts to appear a little bullish, and he starts to become angry, especially when Cere Junda is killed. by Lord Vader. And that's the point I want to try to jump to, is because as you see Cal Kestis going further into his development, you start to see some hinges of the dark side. Now, if you haven't played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler. I don't really consider it a spoiler because it's been out for 5 months now. So get the game, pony up a few bucks and play the game. But at any rate, you start to see him channel the dark side. And that's what has me concerned, because, you hate seeing the bad guy fall. You hate seeing the good guy fall. And I'm just hoping that's not the case. Now, as far as him using the quote unquote dark side powers, I get his anger as far as, okay, pretty much everything he cared about has been killed, washed away. He lost his friend in the first, when they were junking. I can't remember what his name was, but his first friend in Jedi Fallen Order. He's lost Sir Junda. He's lost his master. I mean, he's just constantly losing. And if you've ever had loved ones or friends that seem to be dying all around you, that can take its toll mentally. So I'm wondering if they're going to entertain him probably slipping into the dark side, maybe for a short period of time, or inevitably for a long period of time. Who knows? But one thing that I really would hope is that they don't turn him into a villain, because I think he honestly wants to do good. And I think that's typical of everybody. They want to do good. They want to see good. Those who want to see good happen. Some people just want to watch the world burn, unfortunately. However, we know that's not the case with, Cal Kestis. He just wants to stop the bullies, so to speak. That's why he joined Saw Gerrera in order to resist the Empire and try to shut them down, not realizing the vast expanse of the Empire. And you'll see that in Jedi Survivor when he realizes that he gets this notion that, oh my goodness, we've been fighting these small little confrontations when they're spread across the galaxy. And I think that's becomes a cerebral moment for him, because you think that you're making progress, and then you start to see, you get the 30,000 foot view, and you're like, oh my goodness, you get a feeling, not saying it is, but you get the feeling that what you're doing is futile. But I don't think it is, because you're trying to do something that's honest, that's good, that's pure, and you want to make a difference. And I think that's what you see here in Cal Kestis. But he does appear to be overwhelmed when he realizes the vast reach of the Empire itself. But yeah, I know I kind of went off a tangent there. So further down the article, it's saying it's worth noting that if development of a third game began this year, then we would have a good idea of when it could release. 4 years separated the release between Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I think that's just a sentence. I thought they were going somewhere with that. But yes, as you know, Jedi Fallen Order came out in 2019, and it was like a whole other 4 years. Now, with respect to the developers, writing code, gameplay, actors, you're basically making a movie with code. And that obviously can take time. If you've ever developed code, developing the code itself is going to take time, especially when you're dealing with physics and stuff like that, game physics. That can take a while. So understandably so. It says, if this development timeline repeats and there is no reason to expect anything different, then this third game will release in 2027, which of course is 4 years from now. So I would say if it's worth the wait, it's worth the wait. There's other games to play. You got Spider-Man 2 coming out next month. You also have Assassin's Creed, the new Assassin's Creed from Ubisoft coming out. You have Ubisoft's X-Defiant coming out. And those are all spread across different genres, but there's definitely some gameplay between now and 2027, most definitely. Says, if this happens, it should be a PC, PS5, and Xbox Series XIS game. At this point, the PS4 and the Xbox One will be a distant memory. Meanwhile, the PS6 and the next Xbox are not expected to release until 2028. So while there is a good chance this game will eventually be on those platforms, if it releases in 2027, it won't be right away, obviously. And I like how they did that little subtle plug right there. The next PS5. I said Xbox, but I like PS5. Sony PlayStation. So when the PS6 comes out, obviously I won't get it right when it comes out. Price, technology, stuff like that. Let them work out the bugs. Well, let's see what everybody else says when that does come out. But I will say that, I would, in my opinion, I think the game is worth the wait because obviously you don't want to rush anything because it could just turn out into garbage or lack of quality, gameplay, script writing, stuff like that. If it's worth taking its time, I would say, just let it fly and let them take their time. So, I hope that this provides some context. Hope people are excited. You still got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is not new, but still new enough, I would say, because it's only been out for 5 months. I actually went back to some of the gameplay just to, just I will say nostalgia. But even though it's only been 5 months, I'll say a 5-month nostalgia because it really is a fun game even after you beat the game. And sometimes that's rare when you've played through a game, you beat the game, and traditionally what I'll do is I'll move on to the next game. But there's that rare moment when you find a game that you really, really like, and it's like, okay, you can't get enough of it. Even after you beat the main story, you might even beat some of the side quests. You just go back and you just play because you enjoy the game. And that's what I feel is the case with Star Wars Jedi Survivor and some other games, especially Batman Arkham City. I've played that game. I played and beat that game multiple times. I'm talking starting from scratch, all the way from the beginning, and then I'll even, of course, go to New Game Plus, which is what you see here with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So I might actually get into the New Game Plus, and you get to keep all your perks, your moves, stuff like that. But yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this article, and I hope you enjoy the game itself. Like I said, I'm not, this is free advertisement. I'm not getting paid to promote the game or anything like that. This is just me as a fan base showing my desire for the game and excitement. So I hope you guys enjoy this. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm seeing you guys watching, but you're not liking. I'm seeing you like, but you're not commenting. And I see you commenting, but you gotta subscribe to get the latest updates. When you hit that notification bell, you get the latest updates on the latest uploads. All right, talk to y'all later.